Nobody saw this coming. Not fans, not scouts, not even the front office. But the most dangerous weapon on the Seattle Seahawks offense might not be a first rounder, a big name veteran, or even a well known face. It's a fifth round rookie, and he's not just turning heads, he's turning this entire wide receiver room upside down. This is the kind of underdog rise that could define the Seahawks' 2025 season. Let's dive into the chaos. A storm is quietly building in Seattle, and it's not the kind that blows in off the sound. It's coming from inside the Seahawks' own locker room. A fifth round rookie, overlooked by nearly every analyst, has walked into training camp and lit a fire under the entire offense. His name? Torrey Horton, and the way he's playing, nobody can ignore him anymore. Forget the depth chart. Forget the draft position. Horton is out here breaking expectations and ankles in every drill. While veterans like Cooper Kupp and Marquez Valdez-Scantling try to hold their ground, Horton is rising fast, fueled by raw hunger, elite footwork, and the kind of confidence you can't coach. This isn't just a fluke. This is what happens when a young man with something to prove steps into a room full of doubters and says, "Watch me." Coming out of Colorado State, Horton was solid. 3,600 plus yards, 27 touchdowns, even battling back from a knee injury that would have rattled lesser players. But here's the thing, his stats don't tell the whole story. His game speed, route precision, and violent cuts in short areas, that's where he's winning right now. At 6'2", running a 4.4240, Horton's built for the modern NFL. He's not just a deep threat. He's a matchup nightmare, a guy who can slide between zones, shake defenders on slants, and turn broken plays into back-breaking first downs. He's already showing the instincts of a veteran, the agility of a slot receiver, and the field vision of a top-tier target. And while Sam Darnold tries to reclaim his career under center, Horton might be exactly the security blanket he needs. With Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf gone, Seattle's air attack is in transition. Horton's speed can pull safeties deep, freeing up Smith-Nigba underneath. His suddenness in space creates chaos. And right now, he's stacking plays, stacking reps, and stacking trust from the coaching staff. Meanwhile, Valdez-Scantling, once a high upside signing, looks slower, less consistent, and increasingly replaceable. Horton's not just chasing a roster spot, he's gunning for a starting job. And here's where it gets even more real. The fantasy football community, the ones who sniff out hidden breakout stars before anyone else, have already circled Horton's name in dynasty leagues. When those guys start buying stock, you pay attention. This isn't hype. It's the beginning of something dangerous. And if Horton keeps climbing, don't be surprised if the most exciting highlight of 2025 isn't a Darnold bomb or a cup toe tap, but a rookie no one saw coming, shaking defenders and lighting up Lumen Field like a star who was never meant to be overlooked. Seahawks fans, are we watching the birth of the next big thing in Seattle? Is Horton the real deal or just camp hype? Drop your take in the comments and rate your confidence in him from 1 to 10. Let's hear the voice of the 12s loud and clear. Imagine a Seahawks defense powered by youth, hunger, and a living legend. While one rookie wideout is turning heads, a shockwave is brewing on the other side of the ball. Because behind closed doors, the Seahawks are reportedly targeting one of the greatest pass rushers of this generation, a move that could shake the entire NFL. Let's stay with that rookie wideout for a second, Torrey Horton, jersey number 84. If he keeps ascending like this, expect to see that number streaking down sidelines, breaking coverages, and lighting up scoreboards all year long. But now, let's flip the field. Because while the offense is finding its next star, the defense may be eyeing a legend. Yes, Von Miller, two-time Super Bowl champion, future Hall of Famer, one of the most feared edge rushers to ever put on pads. He could be headed to Seattle. Crazy? Maybe. But this isn't just fan-fueled rumor. Inside the Seahawks' front office, this isn't fantasy. It's a real conversation. And the whispers are getting louder by the day. On paper, sure, Von Miller is 36, unsigned, and coming off injuries. To some, he looks like a man near the end of his journey. But to the Seahawks, he might be exactly what this team needs. See, Seattle doesn't lack talent on defense. What it lacks is veteran muscle, play-to-play reliability, and a player who has been through every battle and come out the other side. Miller brings gravity, the kind of presence that elevates everyone in the room just by being in it. And here's the chess move. Mike McDonald and Aiden Dur are crafting a new defensive blueprint. Hybrid fronts, blitz-heavy rotations, versatility everywhere. And in that scheme, Miller isn't just a role player. He's a strategic weapon. Edge rusher, box linebacker, situational blitzer. Vaughn can still do it all. And even in a down year in Buffalo, he notched 6 sacks in 13 games. That's in a cluttered, inconsistent system. Now picture him unleashed in Seattle, working alongside Demarcus Lawrence and Ukena Nusu, creating havoc from every angle. But it's more than numbers. Vaughn would raise the floor of this entire defense. Think back to Cliff Averill in 2013, a veteran who demanded excellence, raised expectations, and sharpened the young core into Super Bowl caliber killers. Miller could do that. He could be the mentor to young players like Tyrese Knight and Ernest Jones IV, helping them grow into monsters of their own. The deal wouldn't be risky financially. Short term, incentive loaded. Medicals required, of course. But if he passes, it's a message to the league. Seattle isn't just rebuilding, we're reloading. And yes, the cap can handle it. The question isn't can they do it, it's will they? Because this could be the move that separates teams who hope to make noise from teams who expect to win. But while Miller's name sizzles in the locker room chatter, there's another possible addition flying way under the radar. A guy who might not be a household name, but who could unlock this defense in ways that stats can't measure. That name? Mike Hilton. Stick around, because this next chapter might just be the smartest defensive move Seattle makes all year. All right, 12s, let's hear it. Do you want to see Von Miller in a Seahawks uniform? Is it a dream? Or a destiny waiting to happen? And what kind of impact would he make with our young core? Drop your take in the comments, because this conversation isn't just speculation. It could be franchise defining. Every great defense has its stars, but the ones who change everything, they're usually the ones nobody sees coming. And right now, the Seahawks might be about to add two of the most underrated game changers in the league, one in the shadows of free agency, the other already quietly becoming the soul of this defense. Let's talk about a different kind of weapon. No, not the kind that lights up the highlight reel. The kind that disorients quarterbacks, breaks down timing, and turns offensive coordinators into insomniacs. Mike Hilton. He's not loud. He's not flashy. But this 31-year-old corner is exactly what the Seahawks defense has been missing. While fans dream of legends like Von Miller landing in Seattle, behind the scenes, the coaching staff is just as excited about Hilton, a veteran with elite instincts, leadership pedigree, and the kind of positional versatility that turns a solid defense into a strategic nightmare. He's the guy offenses forget to game plan for and regret it immediately. Slot coverage, he's surgical. Zone recognition, master level. Disguised blitz from the nickel, deadly. With Mike McDonald and Aiden Dur crafting a fluid, hybrid defensive scheme, one that thrives on movement, confusion, and deception, Hilton fits in like a chess piece with every move calculated. And no, he's not here to take someone's spot. He's here to teach, to guide, and to complete what's already forming. Picture this. Devin Witherspoon on one side, Reek Woolen on the other. Hilton in the slot, reading the play before it happens, communicating like a field general, and creating order in the chaos. Young guys like Nehemiah Pritchett or Darius Rush wouldn't just get a teammate, they'd get a living blueprint. Someone to show them how to line up in the red zone, how to anticipate route breaks, how to survive and thrive in pressure situations. This is how culture is built. And let's be clear, Hilton isn't just mentally sharp, he's still got the juice physically. No serious injuries, still has burst, still closes on short routes like a missile. He may not take over SportsCenter, but he'll quietly shut down the third and fours that decide close games. From a contract standpoint, he's a dream. Short-term, cap-friendly, plug and play. Minimal risk, maximum reward. But while Hilton would be the quiet foundation, the Seahawks already have a silent star, and fans who are really watching have seen it. Julian Love has turned into the heartbeat of this defense. No media frenzy, no drama, just excellence, snap after snap. In a league built on hype, Love is the anti-hype, and that's exactly what makes him so dangerous. Last season, he became the Seahawks' safe haven. 7 interceptions, 22 pass breakups, 230-plus tackles over the last 2 years. But the stats don't tell the full story. What makes Love elite is what happens before the play. He diagnoses formations. He shifts coverages. He closes space between zones with instinct, speed, and ice-cold confidence. He's the guy who balances aggression with wisdom, the nerve center of the secondary. Ask the locker room who calms the storm when things get shaky. It's Julian Love. Ask McDonald who he trusts to command the back end of his exotic schemes. It's Julian Love. He's not chasing cameras. He's chasing perfection. And in 2025, while fans watch the rookies rise and the stars shine, don't forget about the one man quietly holding it all together. Because Julian Love isn't just a safety, he's the insurance policy for every single risk this defense takes. So, Seahawks fans, let's hear it. Do you want Mike Hilton in Seattle? Is he the quiet piece that can elevate this defense from potential to greatness? And how much credit does Julian Love really deserve for holding this unit down? Drop your thoughts below because the smartest moves aren't always the loudest. And sometimes it's the quietest guys who build the loudest legacies. What if I told you the heart of Seattle's defense isn't a household name? Not yet, anyway. While stars fade and rosters shift, one man is quietly building a legacy and holding the entire unit together. His name? Julian Love. Rewritten fourth section emotional, story-driven, and fresh. In the middle of all the talk about rookies, free agents, and bold predictions, one truth remains quietly unshaken. Julian Love is the engine of this defense. Not just a role player, not just a stat line filler. He's the anchor, the glue, the pulse. And in 2024, he wasn't just good, he was elite. He led all NFL safeties in ball hawk rate, a jaw-dropping 21.8%. Translation: for every 5 balls thrown near him, he got his hands on one. Think about that. That's not instinct, that's domination. But here's where it gets even crazier. Love didn't even play safety in college. He was a cornerback. This transformation, this complete reinvention of his role, isn't just impressive, it's rare. It's the kind of evolution that only the sharpest, most disciplined athletes can pull off. And the coaching staff has taken notice. New head coach Mike McDonald didn't hesitate. He called Julian Love the anchor of Seattle's defensive identity. And that wasn't just coach speak. Because while familiar faces like Rain Jenkins have walked out of the locker room, and young prospects like Nick Emanuary and Kobe Bryant are still finding their NFL footing, it's Love who's holding it all together. When plays break down, he's the calm. When the scheme shifts, he's the voice. When chaos erupts, he's the compass. And here's the kicker. Seattle got him for a bargain. 3 years, $33 million. In NFL economics, that's a championship-level contract, a low-cost, high-performance investment that every front office dreams of. But stats and salaries don't even begin to capture what Julian Love brings. His discipline, his leadership, his surgical execution on the field. If the old Legion of Boom was about intimidation and brute force, Love is the modern Echo, built on IQ, vision, and precision. He'd make those guys proud. So what does this mean for 2025? It means that while the offense is still being rebuilt, while question marks swirl around Sam Darnold, Torrey Horton, and the offensive line, Seattle's defense has a spine, a heartbeat, a leader. Julian Love is the common thread between eras, between rookies and vets, between chaos and structure. But now we ask the question nobody is asking out loud. Could 2025 be more than a rebuilding year? Could this be the year the 12s stop waiting and start believing again? Because this team, right now, isn't just stacking names. They're stacking pieces with purpose. Torrey Horton might be the spark that surprises everyone. Von Miller, the thunder that ignites the pass rush. Mike Hilton, the balance and strategy that unlocks McDonald's defensive vision. And Julian Love, the silent heart of this entire new era. Right now, Seattle is staring at itself in the mirror, past on one side, future on the other. No, this isn't a perfect roster, but it's a team with grit, with hope, and maybe, just maybe, with destiny beginning to whisper in the halls of Lumen Field again. So let's talk 12s. Do you believe this defense, this team, can shake the NFC West in 2025? Drop your thoughts below. Because if we're right, this won't just be a rebuild. This will be a rebirth. Fly the flag. Hold the line. Believe.